Hi, welcome to Books Don't Review Themselves. I'm Kim. As you can see, I'm flying solo. Jess isn't here with me. She won't be joining me for Monday book reviews anymore, but she will still be doing the Friday weekly wrap-ups with me, so you can look forward to those. Today, the book that I'm going to be talking about is All the Best Lies by Joanna Schaffhausen. I'll read the synopsis from Amazon, and then I'll get into the review. FBI agent Reed Markham is hunted by one painful unsolved mystery: who murdered his mother? Camilla was brutally stabbed to death more than 40 years ago while baby Reed lay in his crib mere steps away. The trail went so cold that the Las Vegas Police Department has given up hope of solving the case. But then a shattering family secret changes everything. Reed knows about his origins, his murdered mother, and his powerful adopted father, State Senator Angus Markham. Now Reed has to wonder if his mother's killer is uncomfortably close to home. Unable to trust his family with the details of his personal investigation, Reed enlists his friend, suspended cop Ellery Hathaway, to join his quest in Vegas. Ellery has experience with both troubled families and diabolical murderers, having narrowly escaped from each of them. She's eager to skip town too, because her own father, who abandoned her years ago, is suddenly desperate to get back in contact. He also has a secret that could change her life forever, if Ellery will let him close enough to hear it. Far from home and relying only on each other, Reed and Ellery discover young Camilla had snared the attention of dangerous men, any of whom might have wanted to shut her up for good. They start tracing her twisted family history, knowing the path leads back to a vicious killer, one who has been hiding in plain sight for 40 years and isn't about to give up now. This is book 3 in the Ellery Hathaway book series. The first one is The Vanishing Season, the second one is No Mercy, and then this one, All the Best Lies. I read The Vanishing Season and really enjoyed that one, so that's why I wanted to continue the series. Somehow I missed reading No Mercy, but they talk about it enough in All the Best Lies that you get a gist of what happened in No Mercy, which is always nice. So I don't feel like I need to go back and read it. I'll just keep reading forward from here on out. Also with this book, like I said, it is book 3 in the Ellery Hathaway series. You can still read this one without having read the first two. Joanna gives enough background information that you won't get lost or confused. But as with any series, it's always best to start from the beginning because even though you'll get the gist of the previous books, only if you read book 3, there's still also little things that you will miss if you don't read the other ones. So highly recommend to read those other two first before getting into this one. But if you just can't wait and you just need to read this one right away since it just came out, then that is great too. So basically, I'm going to talk about Ellery a little bit first. In the first book, we learn about her, and she was kidnapped at a young age, I think like 14 or 16, by Francis Coben, who was a serial killer. He had killed like a bunch of girls before he got to her. His big thing is he would torment and rape them and then cut off their hands for trophies. Back in the first book, Reed was the one who ended up solving the case and rescuing Ellery. So they've been tied together since then. Their relationship has lots of dynamics to it. Being saved from a serial killer, that will F up anyone's mind. And this book 3, we're starting to deal more with their relationship. Reed and Ellery are realizing that they have more attraction for each other than in the previous books. But obviously, Ellery being a rape victim and a victim from a serial killer, she has a lot of issues in regards to someone touching her or getting close to her. So Reed is trying to figure out what to do. That is an interesting aspect of the story. Now, getting back to Reed, since this is a thriller, suspense, I don't want to give too much away because it's more fun reading it and, finding the clues and figuring things out yourself. So basically, as the synopsis said, Reed decides to go find out his mother's killer. There's a lot of clues that were overlooked because she was poor and she was not a white woman. Also, there was the whole issue, this was back in the 70s, and although she wasn't a stripper or a hooker, she was a waitress, and she had friends and knew people that were, so she was kind of a little bit in that sphere too. And in this book, it says a lot of the cops back in the 70s decided that some of their payment should also be taken from the sex workers in the form of sex. So you have that whole type of angle going on as well. You also have Reed's family. He finds out some secrets there that are actually quite shocking. And then they continue to get shocking farther you go into the book. That I thought was really interesting to read about and really added a lot to the story. And in the previous two stories, even though I didn't read the second book, I still know that Ellery was talked about a lot in those two books, whereas this one focuses more on Reed. I saw his mom's killer coming quite early, but it didn't take away anything from the book at all. And the angle that I was going at, it was partially correct, but not completely. And how it continued the story, I thought that was really enjoyable. While Reed is trying to find out who killed his mother, Ellery is looking into another murder that happened like about a year before that had similarities to his mom's murder. So, although at the end of the book, Reed's mom's murder is solved, there's still the other mystery that happened to the other woman like a year before. And you have enough information that you know what happened, but the mystery isn't resolved. So I'm interested to see how they will continue with that. And I'm thinking, obviously, that's going to be a pretty big plot point or the plot point in the fourth book in the series. So I'm excited to see that. I was a little sad that it didn't get wrapped up because I had felt that there was enough information that it could have, but since it didn't, I'm excited to see how it will. I know some people hate having cliffhangers, but I'm not one of them. I mean, authors need a hook to get you to continue reading the series, and if that's something that they choose to do, I am perfectly fine with that. But just be aware going in that not everything will be completely resolved. Other than that, it was just really enjoyable. It was fast-paced. I read it in 2 days. I wanted to see what was going to happen, and I highly recommend this one. So, like, subscribe, hit that bell button so you're notified of when our next episode comes out. But we're trying to keep to a Monday-Friday schedule, so you can just check back yourself. And like I said, Mondays are going to be me doing solo reviews, and the reviews are going to be of books that are just coming out. And then Jess will be joining me on Fridays for our weekly wrap-up, where we're going to be talking about books, movies, TV shows, and podcasts that we've been listening to throughout the week. So, hope to see you next time. Bye!